I did it, guys. I decided to give it a fair shake and take the word of those people defending this movie, and I watched Cuties. I'm going to give you my honest review, and I'm going to give a little bit of criticism where it is due. Now, no one can say, just go watch it. Just go watch it. You'll say it's a great movie. Because I did watch it. First thing I gotta say is this is basically softcore baby goat erotica, if you know what I mean. The so-called purpose of this movie was to not sexualize children, yet for almost the entire movie, that's what's happening. The movie itself and the message itself wasn't really that bad. The execution of it, however, was horrible and very hypocritical. Okay, for those of you having a hard time understanding this, they were trying to say that sexualizing children is bad. Look at what's happening to the youth. This is what's happening, right? And they use actual children to portray this. It is the equivalent of somebody making a movie trying to explain that dog fighting is bad and using actual dogs actually fighting and tearing each other to bits. That's like saying child abuse, physical abuse is bad, and actually using little children getting slapped in their heads with items and other things and other acts being done to them on screen to show the world, see how bad this is, while you're actively doing that thing to the children. It's a whole movie saying that the exploitation of children is horrible, when in fact this is what is happening. You're using actual children and exploiting them to prove that they shouldn't be exploited. What the fuck? I'm gonna show the world that sexualizing these children is wrong and that these pedos are out there waiting. So let me dress my kid in a skimpy outfit and sexualize her so the pedophiles can be waiting and see, and so can all the other people, so they can see along and know that the pedophiles are also watching. I hope the message was conveyed to at least a few people. Most people didn't feel like this movie had to be made. You could have made a documentary, and I feel like that would have been a little bit more appropriate. It could have been done tastefully, but yet the shots and the angles and the kind of close-ups in places you should not be close-up on in a child were so cringe-worthy. I had to be looking over my shoulder. Just when I was watching this, I had to watch in segments. It took me 2 days to watch this entire thing. I get what the director probably was going for, but I just, what were you think? Like, I don't see how it goes from, I've noticed that this is happening a lot, that children are being exploited, that children are being sexualized, that all of this is happening and ruining the youth. So let me do the same thing that I'm accusing society of doing. It's just really odd to me. And I'm not naive enough to say that this isn't actively happening. There's a difference between these little kids doing this and you filming it and being all up in their areas while you're doing it and expecting people to watch this and get the message. No, that's not the message. This is the message that you want people to get. This is a person who watched this, and I consider him to be a very intelligent person. He knows art, you guys. He understands the finesse of art, and he is one of the highest minds in criticism that you're going to find on this platform. This is the message that he got. This is how he interprets the message that you put out there for people watching this movie.
And you'll see them shaking their booties on this stairway as they make this this viral video, and they're pretty hot. And you know, you can say whatever you want about me. It's not my fault. I didn't make them do that. They did that. That's the point. That's the whole point of the movie, is that you're supposed to be sitting there thinking, look at the blonde one. You're supposed to be sitting there holding these two thoughts in your head, and one that these are kids, and the other that they're hot.
Really, bitch? Really?
There you go. Yep. Okay. I found it hilarious how COPPA is a thing. You can't even have a child in your videos. Like if you have a blog video where it's your family and your child, you're just going about your day with your family. Oh no, YouTube turns off your comments. Not allowed because a baby just happens to be in the video for more than a few freaking seconds. That's not allowed. COPPA will come and get you. But there you go with that on Netflix. I don't get it. I really don't. I could excuse Netflix for this if they were the same people who also removed so-called problematic movies, while they also, in the same breath of being criticized for having this movie on their platform, say that we're not going to take it down. We accept everyone's form of art and culture. Fuck the children. Give us our money. Well, not literally. I mean, if you want to, though, if it's part of your culture. I don't even see the story. I feel like this movie was just coded with a story, and it was just a convenient story to have an excuse to shoot this kind of movie starring children doing things that you shouldn't be filming them doing.
Now, is it exploitative? Yes. Definitely. These kids are 11, so they don't really understand what they're doing. I made a porn last year, and I feel like I didn't understand. I feel like nobody. Should it be illegal? No, definitely not. It's not. It's not porn. Should parents allow their children to be in films like this? I don't know.
I did some really screwed up things too when I was really little, okay? Everyone knows the story of what happened, and exploratory stuff when I was younger too. There's a difference between me doing it in the private of my home and me doing it with my friends or my friend, because we're stupid and we're young and we don't know any better. And then her mom comes in and she's like, what the frick are you guys doing? And there's a difference between somebody filming us doing it. There's a really huge difference. If somebody had come in and was like, look at this. This is how little girls explore themselves when they realize that they have vaginas. Let me film it and show everyone. See you guys? See the impact? Come on. Be realistic here. Anybody with a functional brain, with functional common sense, will know that this is a cop-out. It is hypocritical, it is dangerous, and you are not showing the message. You are perpetuating it. Really horribly executed. Just disgusting. I was trying to give it a chance, and it could have been a good movie had they not gone overblown with the crotch shots. There are whole segments of this movie that just drone on, just showing these girls doing things like the person who's filming this is getting off on it. It makes me really question the people involved in this movie. You know, a thought crossed my mind, and I know I'm gonna get some fucking slack for it. But if the person had been an old white man who directed this, and he was the main person behind this, would those same people fighting to defend this movie be fighting it? I'm just wondering. A woman is in charge of it mostly, and it's totally fine. And nobody's really saying this. Nobody has pointed this out. But if an old white man was doing it, if he had done the same exact movie, and he was the lead director, would those people be defending the movie? By the way, I just wanted to interject this. I saw this after the fact while I was editing, and these mainstream media platforms or articles are putting out that it is a far right thing. Like, I don't know about that. I do know that there's some crazy ass people on the far right and there's some crazy ass people on the far left. And it's funny that they're only putting it out from the far right when I have seen and known other people on the far left that are also outraged about this. The fact that you were defending this makes me question your motives. These same mainstream outlets also talk about empowering women and protecting females and protecting children, and yet they're defending the exploitation of children for the sake of getting a message across that they didn't have to utilize this method of doing it. They didn't have to do that. There are so many other messages that have gone out there in the form of movie or documentary that were done tastefully, but yet it's everybody else's fault. It's a conspiracy. As someone who was sexually molested for most of my childhood, I find this disgusting. I'm open and accepting to a lot of things, but this is crossing the line. The people defending this, you are the reason why a lot of these children are in danger because of your leniency. These are the same people that will point fingers at someone who doesn't fit within what they think is their ethnic preference and slander that person and throw them under the bus. And they would be within their right to do so. But everyone is bending over backwards to defend this. It's not that the director was horrible. She was misguided in her execution of it. I get what she was trying to say. It was not done right. You provided the fodder to the very thing that you're trying to avoid, which makes no sense. You know what Chris Hansen does? He gets those decoys, but they have the cops and everything waiting. He doesn't show on his show like, okay, let's follow through. Let's have that predator come to that girl's house and actually show people like, see, watch, look what he's doing to her in that room right now, and then catch them afterwards. They don't do that shit. They don't allow the girls to be touched. They just don't. But you, okay, well, you know what? Whatever. Sickening, disgusting idiots want to make this a political issue. They want to make this a diversity issue, like, oh, you guys just don't like diversity. Really, bitch? You were the kind of people that while all that shit was happening to me as a child, I would not feel safe coming to you. You were the kind of people that would not protect me. I mean, you can't do that now. It already happened. But back then, if people try to exploit me, you're the kind of people that would defend the people doing the exploiting. This is who you are. And then you have the nerve to point fingers at people who are calling it out and calling them being obsessed with the thing that you're defending. Really, bruh? And guess what? While Netflix is making money on exploiting these kids, or whoever is making the money, they're gonna demonetize all the videos speaking out about it. Not that I want to make money on this shit, but I just find it a tad bit hypocritical. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that there. Say what you fucking want. I don't care. I'm just really sick and tired of even talking about this. I don't even believe that we have to be talking about this or have to be explaining to people why this is a problem. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.